Hey, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run. We're here at the running event. This video you're not going to see for a little while, so right now it's a little bit later than the ones that we recorded previously because, Danny, this shoe wasn't available for many reasons. It's not launching until what month?
It's launching March 1st, so it's under embargo for the next couple of weeks. You guys are going to get pairs next week, so you're going to get to start training it, feeling the kind of new Rebel experience in this V4, but it doesn't come out for the general consumer until March 1.
Exactly. Let's tell them what it is. This is the New Balance Rebel V4. Jeez, you know, I almost forgot about the one. One is how you and I became friends. You
Remember I made you that shoe?
Upper. I still have it. It's in our headquarters.
Yeah.
And then the 2 was so exciting. It was such a nice design, sporty. You and I disagree on maybe the 3 being a little bit tame. You said more commercial.
Yeah.
And this one, I love it. It brings back that fun feeling, that excitement that I felt like the Rebel 2 had.
Yeah, and I agree with all of that. And, you know, I think for us, what we were looking at with the 3 is to try and broaden the consumer opportunity for a shoe like the Rebel. And I think what we learned is that super unique, fast, just really fun, experiential kind of experience that the Rebels brought to all of those consumers. I think we lost a little bit of that. And, you know, when you name a shoe a Rebel, I think what's important is that it feels rebellious. And I think visually, as well as, you know, the underfoot setup, this is definitely going to be more rebellious again than the Rebel V3.
It's much more aggressive. I think it falls in line with the other FuelCell shoes.
Sure.
So if you look at this, you're going to see a design language that goes through the RC Elite. You're going to see it go down to the new Pacer.
Yeah,
and you're going to
product,
see it in the Rebel.
Yeah. I mean, it almost starts here, right? So we wanted to make sure that our athletes that are going to be in Paris at the Olympic Games, you know, are telling this story and starting that visual for us. And then to your point, we'll have an SC Elite that looks very similar, and we'll have the Rebel. And part of that is really just to make, you know, the consumer feel much bigger than it is. You know, everybody has the opportunity to buy into these products that our athletes are wearing. And hopefully it's something that they really like. And from kind of head to toe for us, we can have a interesting shape and visual around all those products.
And in general, New Balance is probably one of the most democratic race shoe. There's something for everybody. It's not just at the elite level that you're going to be able to see stuff. It really does work for all the runners. We're looking here at what type of foam is this?
Yeah, so this is a Pebax midsole. It's the first time that we've introduced Pebax into this shoe. We will have Pebax from top to bottom throughout the whole of FuelCell for 2024, and that is definitely part of what the Rebel story is. And again, that kind of rebellious, fun, underfoot experience that we get in this shoe.
All right, so if I'm looking at this and I go, okay, Rebel, no plate. Pacer, lower stack, but with a plate.
Sure.
And then the RC Elite plated, all of this with the most stack.
Correct.
So would you say that Pacer isn't a marathon shoe, or would you say that it's a marathon shoe for someone who wants more of a lower stack? Like how does that fit in?
Yeah, you know, probably one of the most comments that we get or emails that we get is from people who say they still want that lower to the ground experience, but they want all the new materials and all the new technologies that we're putting into that type of product today. And that really is where the Pacer comes into our range. I think the general consumer is going to be more excited about it as a 10K half marathon shoe, but we know what Emily Sisson's gone and done in that shoe over the last 2 years. So it's definitely not everybody, and not everybody's Emily, right?
Yeah.
But I think the window for a marathon shoe is pretty small for that one. But that doesn't mean that we aren't going to see people that want to race in it.
Okay, finally, tell me a little bit about FantomFit.
Yeah, so it's actually something that we've resurrected from kind of previous. It's a little bit of a heritage technology for us from an upper standpoint. The goal of FantomFit is really just to provide the function and, you know, the kind of function's probably the right word actually, but like an element of stability only where you need it in the upper, right? So you'll see that there are a couple of strategic FantomFit zones designed really to lock the midfoot in more than anything else, and it's as deconstructed and as simple and like kind of below the radar as possible, all on the inside of the shoe, but it really is just allowing us to make the upper as light as possible with key zonal support only where you need it.
All right, this is definitely one of the shoes I'm looking forward to most. I think you know that I love the 3, or actually the 2. and I feel like this is bringing it back, and I'm excited to try this, especially with the P-Backs midsole.
Correct.
The previous one had a more of a, was that a super critical foam?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Without P-backs.
So I can expect even more performance out of this.
Yeah, that's the hope, and I think back to that comment, just that additional level of rebelliousness, right? In many ways, we look at this as the most fun shoe we make, and we want people to put it on and really feel that experiential fun that just comes with running in this type of product, and we think we're going to do that with the Rebel V4, which is super exciting.
Speaking of that, where do you see the consumer for this? Is this a daily trainer that's fun, or is this a take it out for tempo? Where does this fall into?
Again, it goes back to that pacer question, right? I think we're going to have people that'll do both of those things. I think majority of consumers are taking this out for tempo runs and a little bit of fun, but we do know, and we know that you like stuff like this, right?
Yes.
You want to run in this type of product
every day.
Every day. It goes back to that make running suck less comment, right? Running in a Rebel every day is going to make running suck less, without a doubt. But I do think the bigger opportunity is people looking to get out a couple of times a week and run really hard in a shoe like this.
It feels light, it feels fun, the look is right. I'm excited. Thanks for going over this with us, Danny.
Awesome.
And
yeah, excited for you to get them, and can let me know what you think.
I will.
Of you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, man.